Hello. Hello. I have my stream on in the background and it's playing sound. I need to mute it. Here we go. Do that so that I can see if there's problems happening in the background. Now. There it is. Okay, so in the last stream I finished this run with Slugger. Now I'll be doing Freepy Castle with Luvaci, whatever his name is. This guy, Luvaci. Yeah. I assume that's how it's pronounced. I have no idea. It's I've also made a bunch of optimizations to the network side of things, so that hopefully there won't be any dropped frames, there won't be any disconnections. Because I was watching the stream archive from this morning with Monolith, and it just skipped several minutes because it was disconnected for several minutes. So that's not good. Anyways, this game, I like this game. Has lots of scenarios. I have not played any of these. I've only played the first one, Creepy Castle, and this weird alternate version, Freepy Castle. In the last stream, I played Slugger's story, so now I'm going to play this guy's story. Now we're caught up. Word of the Heartbreaker had spread far and wide, in spite of its confidentiality, as if fate itself had worked to sabotage the operation. But some of the greatest enemies to the Heartbreaker plot came not from afar, but from within. Luvaci was a meek little fellow, much preferring to go with the flow rather than stick his neck out. Stranded and taken advantage of by the brass of the City of Light, no one ever would have guessed that he would be the one to put the plan to a halt. You have the solo out of him and the Heartbreaker machine. Here's your typical start of the game. So for the uninitiated, all of this lore stuff is explained in the first chapter of the game. The Heartbreaker is, there's a guy named Dark King. He is fed up with emotions. He wants to use this Heartbreaker machine to remove people's emotions. It has some strange effects on them. And a bunch of his workers are staging a coup at the same time. So there's this guy named Molt. I narrated the intro text, but I don't think I'm going to narrate the characters. Right, Molt is some kind of third party. He wants to stage a coup for his own reasons. And he's using Luvaci as his errand boy. This was explained in the Slugger story. You have that protector thing that watches over you. Is he talking about me? I don't know, when you play games like Undertale and Epic Battle Fantasy V, it kind of messes with how you interpret these things. Okay, so first we're going to fight this eyeball guy. You do not gain experience from fighting enemies. You gain them from picking up little crosses that appear throughout the map. I don't know what it does. Hey there, I'm Locke. I'm looking for a certain key. I can tell you about the different types of keys. Golden keys like this one are used to open normal doors. And he disappears. These are save points. I'm not sure what levels do in this game because you will always do 1 damage. Case in point. Check some of friends. Okay, good. Just gonna send a test message so I can make sure that the chat's coming through on OBS. I guess I'm whacking enemies with a pipe. It's brutal. Did I come down from the ladder? I think I did. I can find out. Yeah, I did. So I'll go left before I go right, since you can't come back from going right. Just learning how to use food. This will give me back 2 HP, so I'll go ahead and use it. There's no sense in holding on to food. You can't heal in any other way, unless you go through one of those heart doors. So you can't come back from this because there's no way to climb up. So once you've fallen, you've fallen. You can only go up ladders and stairs and stuff like that. So I was explaining a mini game. Sluggo. And that's one of the experience crosses I was talking about. Picked up 1, which brought me to level 2, and then I think you need 2 to get to level 3, and then 3 to get to level 4. So it's like a factorial, but with addition. You know, that thing with 100 plus 99 plus 98 through 1 equals 5050, that type of thing. So go to save. The max level is 6, but again, I don't know what the levels do. I just pick up the experience crosses because they're there. Okay, this is kind of difficult. You legitimately do have to tap left and right rapidly. And for that snake enemy, it's easy, but when you get to the bosses later on, it gets really difficult. Like, it really forces you to spam it fast. I'm not bothering with these lower pieces because I already picked them up. They're in the library. The game does have an accessibility mode in the options, which allows you to slow down these rapidly tapping left and right and stuff like that. If you have some kind of muscular reason why you can't do that. So I got a key. And I've been through this story twice, so I have a better idea of what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't think I'll be getting lost as much in this run. I will be spamming the pause button though. So I need 2 more keys. I feel like that left path is important, so I'm going to go this right way. I think that's the angry tenant. You get to read about the experiences of 4 different tenants. Like, one is in a room that's constantly leaking water, and another one's he can't sleep because his roommate, his neighbor, is constantly reciting poetry out loud and chiseling it into stone because he's made a fire and he can't write it down with pencil and paper. And there's an angry tenant who actually has nothing wrong with his apartment, but he's just mad because he wants to be mad. Oh, yeah. That's the guy I was talking about. He says his living conditions are a joke, and he's talking about how he turned on the tap and water came out rushing like it's supposed to. And then he's complaining about having a window because it gives him no reason to go outside, because he can just look outside. And that's the window right in front of me. It's just funny. I like this game's sense of humor. There are 4 types of healing items in this game. They heal 1 HP, 2 HP, 4 HP, and 9 HP. Oops. Spammed the attack button. This minigame, you can go as slow as you need to because the timer is very generous. So don't rush. There's the 3rd key. This is basically a 1-button game, except it's not really 1 button, because you have buttons for going left and right in the inventory, but then you also have the action button, which you A in my controller. So you select items for the general purpose thing here. You can use to attack or open doors or just whatever the context is based on the thing you're standing next to. So like right here, I'm standing next to a book, I can read it. But right now I have 3 keys and I'm going to use them. And then we're going to push forward. There's a boss encounter coming up, I'm pretty sure. The game is fairly generous with healing items. Defecting? A poor choice. Having led you to me, it seems fate bears no smile for you. I don't know what happens if the timer runs out. I assume they get a free hit. Okay, so then sometimes you really do have to go fast. And he's beaten. You can't heal while you're in the death animation. You just had to wait for that. There's more level up. I would have taken damage if I stayed there. I was going to explain how something worked, and I forgot what it was that I was going to explain. There's something about the battle system. I was going to see, here's how this works, and then I was going to go on a 12-second diatribe, and then I forgot completely what I was going to say. That's unfortunate. Can't do this, Molt, and not strong enough. Well, you're still conscious, so that's a start. Like I said earlier, the castle is in uproar. If ever there was a safe time for us to step in and jam a wrench in this, I couldn't tell what that letter was. Jam a wrench in the gears, it's right now. So think about that when you're scared. Did you run into Monsoon? Yeah. So how did it go? I weaseled past him. I kind of think he let me by, honestly. He's real tough, so I'm sure he did. Monsoon, you know, I haven't quite figured him out. He's a mercenary, you know, a pretty bad guy. You think so? Well, I'm a mercenary too, so I know. You get someone behind a weapon for money, and 9 times out of 10. Molt, I don't want to hear about that. Besides, I don't think it's true. Monsoon seems gentle. Ha, gentle. Does it feel gentle when he struck you? I don't know. A pulled punch is kind of a vicious hook. Is kinder than a vicious hook, isn't it? Who knows what he wants? Don't get too sappy either way. Remember, he's trying to enable Darking's plan to launch the Heartbreaker. No, he's not. If that thing fires, you wouldn't be a person anymore, you know. And then you wouldn't care about a savage hook either. You wouldn't fear pain, you wouldn't know happiness. That's why it's important we stop this thing. Stopping the Heartbreaker is more important than either of our very own lives. I mean, if you're dead, you wouldn't care anyway. It's to save our own hides, sure, but everyone else's too. I'm harsh, I'm no good, but it doesn't matter how bad of a person I am if all of our emotions are gone, right? Luvaci, you're not the worst person I've had to deal with, so I would prefer not to destroy the relationship I have with you. Do you understand why I would push so far to stop the Heartbreaker? Yes. If I said you could walk out now, then would you? No. Heh, you're really not that bad after all. If the voicing is cringe, you can let me know. I don't know how I didn't take damage there. Wow. I was sure I was going to take a hit. So you come back around to get that cross up. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to explain. So when I'm doing these minigames, you see it says perfect. The way that works is that there's 3 different rankings you can get. If you do it under the certain requirements that it gives you, you get perfect, and that means that you do damage to the enemy and you do not take damage. You can get okay if you fuck up, but you still kind of succeed, in which case you both take damage, and you can also fail, in which case you take damage and the enemy does not. So obviously you want to have a perfect. There's no need to fight this guy. The only way you can cross water is if you have an item from later on in the game. Another trap enthusiast. The path is branching too rapidly. It's making me nervous. And spikes actually are kind of tricky to time, because it is actually possible to walk into a row of spikes when they're down and then have the last one come up on you and do damage. So you do have to be careful with your timing. If it's just a single spike, it's not really a big deal. But okay, so this ball will only activate when it's in the center. So just wait for it to activate and then like that. You don't want to be running into every single trap because there is a limited number of healing items. That's not to say that this game is super difficult, though. It's very generous with the healing items. So let's see. And never go running off a ledge unless you've explored around, because it could take a while before you get back around. You might just forget that there was a path. So I can just use that 2 and the 1. Save. And remember that there is a path upwards. Obviously, like there's exactly the reason. If I had gone to the left and fallen down, I would have been stuck behind that door, and it would have taken me quite a while to get back around. And that's exactly what I did in the last run. So it's a good thing I remembered that. So I'm just going to go all the way to the right. This is mostly an OCD thing. I'm not sure if it's based on the number of items you have, but sometimes they will just crit you. And they will crit you a lot. Every crit is worth 2 HP. Just gonna go ahead and consume that. So again, saving will not heal HP. The only thing that heals HP is food and these red doors that appear in some of the areas. They're very rare. You can only use them once when you're at low health, and then they just disappear. So you should not flagrantly waste food, as generous as the game is. And also these scrolls randomly appear, I don't know what they are. I never did figure that out. I'm going to go down and to the right. Hey, there's a lock. It's going to tell me about the red key. This isn't the key I'm looking for either. It's a red key. You can use it to open doors to hidden optional areas. As far as I know, it's the only red key in the game. Oh, shit. Okay. I think it moves around though. So here's our second boss. Hey there, nothing personal, but I'm employed as a boss here, so we gotta fight right now. Here goes. Got the silly boss music. Okay, see, I wasn't fast enough that time. And I got an okay, I took damage. I wasn't kidding when I said that can get hard. I'm gonna try to go down ladders somewhat so that they show up on the map. So that I remember that they're there. Okay, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't time the spikes right and I took a damage. And that's going to set me back. Youch, you sure don't pull like punches. I gotta lie down after that. My contractual obligation's over now, so let's say you hang out. I was actually just making my rounds, securing all the entrances, but I guess I dropped my key somewhere. You can keep it if you find it. They'll fire me anyway for failing to stop you. I'm not mad or anything, this job sucks actually. I like the idea of being all important and bossy, but I was a bit over my head. My coworkers seem to have more experience with this. Like that Monsoon guy. Man, look at him. You know he's... One look at him, you know he's a boss. There's the bag. Okay, so the bag gives you extra pages to your inventory. 1 page to your inventory. This is useful because the game gives you a shitload of items. Okay, so I'm gonna explore all the things that I missed by just going straight for the boss. Oops. As far as I know, the stars that the enemies drop are not actual items. So I can go down here. Here's the lock again. What an interesting door. It has a lock, but a figurative one rather than a literal one. It will only open when you are low on health. This is what I was talking about. So these doors appear somewhere, sometimes, in some places. If you have low health, it'll open up and you can do a little dance minigame to fill your health back up. So I need 2 keys. I'm going to go back up because I assume that the other path will reach around. So I need to go left. There's that other path. Oh, there are Nitro. This part of the castle has 3 experience crosses. Find all of them at level 4. There are 2 guardian bosses around these parts. Each guard is an experience cross and a key. If you take the 2 keys to the lowest part of the marble archery, you can unlock the labs. The 3rd stray experience cross in this area is up near the entrance. You might have already nabbed it. If they have a speech bubble above them, they still have dialogue. You know that thing near the entrance, and to the east, the Dead Lake, Darking's throne room is on the other side of it. Every time you see a flashing thing, you can press on it to get the lore. I have to go this way anyway to get the other key. Ah. That was my bad. It tells you how much they're worth. I didn't just use a healing item, did I? Man. Ah, okay, I'm doing pretty bad right now. Spamming the buttons. There's going to be a boss going this way. Oh, I ran into it. Manny Mantis. Oh no, the intruder really did get here. Well, I'm going to stop you. It's cute. That face. This minigame's a little tricky. You gotta press it on the gold. And that's just an okay. You gotta get like 80% to get the perfect. Got it. That was completely perfect. If it was like a frame later, I would have failed that. Squeaker. Snack. Hello there. I saw you on my way out when I was thinking of running and decided not to. Feel too much kinship on my... Yeah, it was for the stream archive. Sorry, this guy's dog a bunch of times. There's the other key, and there's the level up. Then with that, I've looped around. I mean, I might as well just go this way. Wait, what? What's this way? It's the dead leg. Okay, so go to the right, I guess. There are certain conditions where you cannot walk off ledges. Like if it leads into water like that, you can't. If there is a vine or ladder touching the ledge, you also can't, even if you otherwise could. It's kind of something you learn as you go. That's what I was looking for. Good point. So these bomb items, you can use them on enemies to instantly kill them. There's no real sense in holding on to them, because it may or may not be a waste if you use it on a boss. This item right here, each character has their own unique special attack thing that they can pick up, and it basically gives you a free hit. So it throws up a mini game where you get to do damage to them and they don't get to do anything to you. What's down here? I don't know if there's an item this way. Oh, it's just a fall down. And some more. Should really. What I could do is go to the library and just kind of show off all of those. I feel like that would kind of break immersion though. I'm not sure if Moth's story in Freepy Castle is also different from the Creepy Castle campaign. Guess I'll find out when I play it. How are you doing? I see you've made it to the labs. I had to get keys from Stickbug and Manny to get here. Stickbug? He's a weird one. How did things go with Manny? Did he hurt you? A little? Manny Mantis is really the worst kind of person who'll take part in such an amoral gallery of rogues just because he found a way to make a living off of it. That's the portrait of a toxic coward, Luvaci. A toxic coward? Manny doesn't seem that bad. He's letting bad things happen for selfish reasons. Going with the flow, letting the world go up in flames. It's capitalism for you. It could have been you, Luvaci. Could have been me at that, but you're brave. And I'm glad you got to rough him up a little bit. He deserved it. Well, this is no good. None of this is good. I never wanted to fight, and I never want to fight again. If we get through this with ourselves intact, you won't have to. We'll see to it that you are protected. Is that so? But of course. Anyway, the labs. This is where the Heartbreaker is stashed away somewhere, right? So what do? It's in a top secret location. You need the ice rod to get there. And to get the ice rod, you'll need the phaser. Where do I go then? The the Intra-Universal Screwdriver Development Site. You need 2 keys to get in. A mandragora at the deepest part of the lab's guards wall. Another key is tucked away in the museum. Time is wasting, though. Hurry, Luvaci. Alright. So he just mentioned the item that you need to go across the water in the lava. It's called the Ice Wand. And the scientist is saying, an invader, you will be prime experiment fodder. He's guarding an experience cross. Gimme. Just gonna heal. Because there was nothing that way. I'm just going to go climb down the ladder a little bit. Make sure that I register on the map. Okay. Fight this scientist. He critted me. Perfect. Go ahead and eat that turkey now. The Revolution of Logic, Darking. Just gonna scroll through it. Can you watch the archive? This is basically the Communist Manifesto, except instead of communism, it's why emotions are bad. These are test logs on the Heartbreaker, talking about how they did a bunch of experiments with the Heartbreaker on people and observed that they destroyed their ability to feel emotions, turned them into soulless husks that didn't respond to any stimulus. This door right here, you need the phaser to get through. So yeah, the Heartbreaker pretty much horrifies everyone who sees what it does. That's why pretty much everybody in the game is staging a coup. I don't know why that door was blocking me. It's weird. Guess I don't remember this as well as I thought I did. So I'm gonna go down, some water. There's a save point. Yippee. Fortnite and cool. Just talking about donation HP donations. I was just talking about the pipes minigame. So you have this brown, and you got to connect the brown to the finish line. And the timing is very, very generous. It's like even if you're terrible at these games, oh shit. I might fail this. I wasn't prepared for this level of complexity. Yeah, I just got an okay. And I am bad at pipe minigames for some reason, but there's puzzles where you have to rotate pipes to flow water to places. I don't know why. These vampires, they have basically infinite health. I'm not going to try to attack him because if I do, he's going to counterattack. But he has, his whole screen is full of hearts. You cannot kill them. You need an item called garlic to take him down. Four Eyes says, well, well, another new face around here. The name's Four Eyes, the man, the myth, the legend. Okay. You know, Ant Queen, you gotta. The blue girl who punches like a heavyweight champion. I got slapped by her once. Youch. But between you and me, she's had me develop a pet project for her with some sweet under-the-table pay. Some kind of gun, not a conventional one. It uses quantum distortion or something. I don't even know. I just followed the blueprints. It's beyond me, so I shouldn't comment on it, but it seems kind of like the universal screwdriver, but tiny. You know, it's that enormous IUS thing, half the size of the castle, almost seems like a piece of crap compared to this little model. Oh, but remember, keep all of this a secret. It's all of our heads if any information like this went up the chain. Gosh, I hate when vampires come around. They just awkwardly stand there and stare. It gives me the jeebies around here. She's talking about the Ant Queen. She just kind of popped in this dimension from another dimension. Again, all of this appears in the lore. You'll read about it when you play. She appeared in Darking Ahead, finished his Heartbreaker thing, and she needed to get back to her dimension, so she collaborated with him using blueprints of her far advanced technology to help them develop the intra-universal screwdriver, which is basically just a big teleporter device. And he wants to use that to transmit the Heartbreaker radiation all over the world to basically destroy everyone's emotions. So it's a doomsday device. And nobody's on board with this, but they pretend to be. So I can't go left because of the vampire. More Heartbreak experiment logs. Just because I have a lot of items doesn't mean you can crit me like that. I don't need to burn items. Guess I should use the bombs I have. I was just saying you don't need to hold on to them. Hi. So this is awkward. I was testing a prototype sticky trap made of plant sap, and I forgot to make a solvent for it. Silly me. So if you want to see me again, I'll be sticking around here. What? No, I'm not scared. Working with plant-derived adhesives is my dream job. You really should get going, though. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm going to heal. There's nothing else in there. I'm going to go down. You can't get those two chests until you get the ice one, because the water. More lore. Like, if you're watching this and you're lost because you don't know the background lore, you should probably either play the game or watch a playthrough of Creepy Castle with Moth, the main character, because then you'll understand the story. I'll make a note that there is a door to the right. I want to see what's to the left. Let's climb down a little bit. I'm going to go through the door. Okay, so it's just explaining how the platforms work. These just go in a circle. The doors, you can't go through them because they're pointing towards you. Got to unlock them from the other side. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for it to go here, and then we're going to go. this chest. Do not threat. Hey, their special attacks are pretty handy, right? I could give you some important information about them. For one, special attacks only do 1 damage to bosses instead of 2. Bosses are resilient. They can't counterattack though, so there's that. You can never use a special attack as the next to last hit of a boss battle. It must always end in a duel. Sometimes you'll fight opponents capable of special attacks themselves. They'll open and close their fights with them. Keep your HP up. I think that's about it. Oh, as Butterfly always says, try your best. Yep, he's just repeating it out. I'm gonna go down. Use this to go down. You don't control these, you just step on them and then move. So always keep an eye out for those little flashes, because it gives you lore. This is explaining another minigame. A little punching in the face. Yes. Every one of them has a joke about punching in the face. I love it. Just put your cursor over it when it turns into an exclamation point. There's a variant of this minigame where they turn into a question mark at the last second. If that happens, you gotta move off of it. There's another variant where this actually happened in the final boss, and it took me a bit to figure out if... Well, it's a variant of the put your cursor over them and attack minigame. If they have a bunch of them appearing, like it's a big image of their face and it appears in all 9 squares, then you gotta remember the pattern that they went in. And then as they disappear, put your cursor over where they appeared, where they're going to disappear. And since it's a 7 out of 9, you can tolerate 2 mistakes. Lore. Oh, this is cute. It's a little hand-drawn manga thing. This Poindexter. Hello there. These are the resting quarters of me and my peer Four Eyes. These barracks are the place all the denizens of the castle come to rest. These barracks... Oh, okay. So, if I recognize this place right, then there should be a boss gauntlet coming up soon. One, two, three, hep, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't see you there, sir. I was just gonna say a bunch of sir stuff. Did I not climb up that ladder earlier? I'm just gonna climb. I think you have to go all the way up on the rightmost ladder in order to progress forward. I'm assuming people will be reading this in the stream archive, that's why I'm just speeding through it, because you can just pause. If you are watching this live and you're wanting to read the text, then let me know in the chat. Who's this? Hello, hello, young one. You're planning to venture the castle. If you can, see if you can find my darling baby dragon, Cindy. Does this have to do with the eggs? Have a good adventure. May the power of plasma guide you. Stop. Shut up. I'm gonna sneeze. Climb up so it shows on the map. Okay, so this clown's despairing at the Heartbreaker experiment subjects. He's upset. It's not even like that the people who've been affected by the Heartbreaker radiation are acting indifferent. They are literally just in a vegetative state. Like they are completely, their mind is completely wiped. They are brain dead. So it's beyond just lacking emotions. They have been completely rendered invalid. That's why everybody's afraid of it. He's talking about the ice wand. Lore. This is talking about the siege minigame. Luvaci, I'm holding the fort here. I'm going to try and keep the other generals distracted. Oh, it's Molt. Get going, you have a lot of work to do. I'm counting on you to open the way to the Heartbreaker and Darking. He is very feminine. He's blocking my path. He's weak and with feminine moves. I wonder if anybody got that reference. Just kind of skipping faster with those. There's a lot of people and a save point. Okay, I know where I'm at. So that gives me access to the save point and a way back to it. I think these are just your character here things from backing on Kickstarter and having their characters inserted into the game. Wow, this guy has a lot of dialogue. Seems to say that about everybody. All the main characters are cuddly. Wow. Okay, thanks. Yeah, just go away without me. These elevators are dangerous. That is an OSHA violation. See, that's the irony of it, is the Darking. He isn't stopped by any of the people who are staging a coup against him. He gets stopped because the OSHA reports him, and he gets shut down by the government. That kid, of course. Okay, so the way forward is now... This room is basically a loop. It's a circle. Both directions lead up to ladders. Some little portraits and some backer tomes. This is all Kickstarter stuff. Way back. There's a chest there, so there's a reason to go. Yeah, so this goes in a circle. I guess I could go left on my way back down. Some more lore. It's not lore, it's tutorials on different minigames. I'm going to start with the left. Caterpillar. You shall not pass. Now, there's a reason why it's called Caterpillar and not Caterpillar. It's because he's part cat, part pillar, part caterpillar. I have such a hard time with this minigame. For some reason, I can never correctly identify where they disappear. I don't know if my frame rate's just not high enough or what. Okay, got it that time. This minigame is not as hard as it looks. You can get bad luck, but it's really easy. Okay, good. Oh man, that was close. Like I says perfect instead of perfect. This boss has total Timmy energy. I got that time. So now instead of okay. So on the last hit on a mini boss, you'll always just get a free hit instead of having to mess with the minigame. That was close. It probably will be faster. It doesn't matter. So you take the elevator up after you beat the boss. Get the item from the chest. Unlock the door. But you can't go through. You gotta... Oh. I wonder if there are any other items that I... No, I'm pretty sure I picked up the last one. Anyways, you have to go back because you can't go through for some reason. And of course, the reason you have to fight these bosses is because if you just try to take this elevator up, you're blocked because the door's in the way. So there's two bosses. Your bright colors, they offend my eyes, so I will blot them out. Come now, and fade into the shadows forever. Send me in the Shadow Realm. Oh, that's not good. Don't hit him when he's red. This is explained somewhere. Just okay. Wow, what am I doing? He's like super eyebrow. Don't do what I'm doing. Man, I'm doing awful at this. Wow. And it always happens here. It's just okay. Oh no. You take some free damage on him. Ooh, cool. Jesus Christ. This is not cool. Keep on pressing. He's red. Getting completely screwed here. And he's on my ass. I win. That's the hardest time I've ever had with that boss. And it was completely my fault. Acid rain will save you a trip to the barber. Here's what I mean. I can't go left. You can see I'm trying to. It just doesn't let you. Next two regular enemies I'm fighting, I'm using the bomb on them. Well, I should be a little strategic with it. Don't use it on 1 HP enemies, obviously. That would be a complete waste. But the enemies that can fight back, certainly. Hello, sir. You know about the ancient scroll. Over the centuries, this very old castle was raided by bandits. The scroll was the only thing left. Isn't that fascinating? By the way, how did you like the paintings? Some handsome mugs, huh? You're the winner of the Inn Castle Museum Portrait Contest. Isn't that amazing? All of these visitors will appreciate your visage. Now I know why that portrait looked familiar. Key. Made it through the museum, I take it. Having any difficulties? I had to deal with Caterpillar and Moody. Ah, Moody, what a majestic creature. You did well to overcome it. Majestic? He's scary. He's not too far from I, in fact. You know, long before the planet was overrun with you insects. That's a little racist. We were the ones in charge for a long time. It was weird that belonged to... It was a world that belonged to our scaled ilk. Really? Why does that change? Where did all the reptiles go? A lot of the history is lost. But let's just say I know a few key pieces of information that no one else does. You do? Perhaps when there is time I will share some secrets of the past with you, and we'll start a religion. For now, Luvaci, please proceed to the intra-universal screwdriver development site and find the phaser. I understand. Let's put a stop to this charade. We're getting there. And this just takes you straight back. Oh, that's what the door was. Okay. So now I can use the key here. Just remember this area. This is where the vampire was. That was blocking the cross. Okay, so here would be a good opportunity to use the bomb. See? Do not tell me that I don't have the key. Fuck. Okay. So maybe it's down here somewhere. I didn't, like, not pick it up, did I? I'm going to look around and hopefully find it. I think somebody said something about a key being in the depths of somewhere. I don't want to save just yet. Because I've never given items the chance to despawn, so I don't know if they do. It'd be pretty bad for them to get soft locked in. I don't think that's a thing here, but yeah, better safe than sorry. Need phaser. Okay, where have I not gone? Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. I've been that way. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's where the door was. Or not. Might have been a lore room. Okay, there's a phaser door. But I've been down this way. I've been down this way. I have not. Ah, Mandragora. Can I just... Okay. So we're going to go up, and up, and up, and up, and up, and up, and up. And over, and over, and over, and over, and over. I have the key, so maybe I could save when I get to the next area. Just really want to get in there. It's been my lifelong dream to get to the IUS development site. Teleport operator's manual, some goofy humor. Lore, Trap Enthusiast number 4. The QR codes, in case you're wondering, are hints to where you can find secrets in the game. Can't do anything here, you need the ice wand, you need the phaser for the door. So I'm going to go up, and we're going to go left. I'm going to choose that direction because there's an enemy here. Again, with this minigame, just take your time. The time is very generous. So you still have 2 seconds to spare. I was going very slowly. It's better to get it with like 2 seconds to spare than to make a mistake and then potentially get an okay instead of a perfect. Because if that happens, then of course you take damage. And you don't want to take damage. Careful where you time the fireballs. Fireballs are what the Trap Enthusiast was talking about, of course. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and yeah, I'm just going to use the free hit. Using my JoJo stand. Oh, so they're most effective here because he's since he's far less likely to slap you back. That's the battle. So we're going to get a key. Do I have any 2s? I do not. And it's going to take me through this. And once you fall in, there's no way back. You are trapped in here forever. That's it. It's game over. I'm kidding, of course. there is a phaser door here. Now where's the phaser? It's behind these 4 locks. Just gonna save. Here's Night Girl again. Hi there, you're new to the iOS? Maybe I can give you some guidance. There's a cool high-tech project from the lab stored here. It's called the phasing device and lets you move through flickering doors. How's Rocco? It's sealed off behind 4 locks. There's big enemies here called Guardians who guard each guard a key for those locks. 5 actually, I fought the first one just a minute ago. Looks like due to some construction woes, the phasing device is the only way back out of here. How silly. Catch 22. Let's just repeat that one. Why are you critting me? I don't have many healing items. Jerk. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go straight down. Seems like the easier path. Anchovy stove. Just being a little bit extra careful where my inventory cursor is, because I'm going to start by going left. When it comes to these regular enemies, these minigame encounters happen randomly as far as I can tell. So remember I went left, and there's a door. What's through the door? I think it's the way back. Yeah, it's the way back. So remember, hard door is the way back. I don't need to take the way back yet. I have 2 guardians to fight before I even think about doing that. Get a free hit. And there's no need to worry about what's down here. We'll be able to get that later. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, there's a chain here. You can climb these. But you can't walk off the edge even though it's ground below because the chain is there. Same here. And you can see there's an experience cross down there. But this will be obtainable later on. This branched off far faster than I had anticipated. Oh no. That was a close one. It's going to take the free hit, which is a crit, and you can't attack me back, so I just get another free hit. Destroyed. I'm going to go down. Guardian. I do not have a free hit here of a bomb, but they... Oh, wow. Seriously? I didn't think that would work. Here's the key. Wow. So I guess Guardians are technically regular enemies. I guess I should have seen that coming, considering that the special attack does 2 damage instead of 1. Is there something here? No. Okay, so now we're gonna go up. I think I'm doing a stupid, yeah. What we need to do is we need to go up here. Oh, there's a chest there. Go this way, and now there's something. What's up the other chain? I'm pretty sure it's a dead end. It is. It's all dead end. What's down this chain? Another dead end. Another experience cross. Okay, so you cannot climb across when you're next to the bottom of the vine or chain or ladder, but if you go into the middle, you can climb across. Just another little nuance to be aware of. And there's one of those exceptions where you can just fall off, even though you couldn't before. Oh, and that was the cross from earlier that I said was inaccessible, but you can get in. I guess we'll go this way, since it's a way back. Because there's stuff. I don't have the items worth 1 HP. I don't know how to work the 1 HP guy. Just gonna save wolf minutes. And we're gonna go back down the same exact path that we went before. Just straight down the ladder. That was just items. But instead of going left, so I think there was only one route. We're gonna go right now. Do I have a bomb? I do. That is crazy. And because of that, what? Yeah, do be sure to pick up the keys. Okay, so there's another way around. We're gonna go up. And so that's the ladder we went straight down. So now we're gonna go right. He critted me. Okay, so now we're going to go to the right. We're going to go down. Remember that there's a ladder above. There's a bunch of lore drops here. Jerk. Joik. And there's an experience cross. We'll get to level 5. Still have no idea what that does. That's a 9 HP item right there. I told you they exist and you didn't believe me. Talking about the history of the City of Light, which is this place we're in. It was started by Dark King because he is an incel and he hates society. So he made his own city. With blackjack and hookers. In fact, forget the hookers and the blackjack. No, forget the blackjack and the city. Talk about the city, the Inter Universal Screwdriver, the Ant Queen, all that good stuff. Wow, what am I doing? I'm gonna have to fight this guy. I don't get anything from it. So yeah, this guy has some dialogue, he's just talking about popcorn and cheese. Do you have a bomb? I do not. I have this though. There's key number 3, and there's the other side of the door. So that just leads to the circle. I'm going to go back, go up 2 floors, up the ladder. There is an N-shaped place. Yeah, there's a lid. So we're going to go up the ladder, and you can verify that with the map. See that we haven't been up here. I want to go to the right, but that's why I'm going left. Because I don't like doing what people tell me to do. You tell me not to jump off of that cliff, and I will say, fuck you, I'm jumping off. Because you can't tell me what to do. That's the chat answer to if everybody was jumping off the cliff, would you do it too? They say you'd only do it if nobody was doing it. Hold on. How many 2 HP items do I have? That should free up some inventory space. Okay, apparently going left was the right way to go. I didn't see that coming. Maybe I'm just not paying attention. Anyways, going left will take me to the... shouldn't have rushed into that fireball. Wow, I'm just getting eaten alive here. Double bomb. Instead of going left, I'm gonna go all right. Okay, seriously. Gotta remember that there's fireballs coming out of the room. I don't usually fall for that trap. I'm just rushing too much. There's another 9 HP item. It's the most powerful healing item in the game. There's a couple of them. Because you have 10 HP. So, you know, if you have 1 HP, you can use a 9 HP item to heal yourself all the way back up. And that should be this whole area. Right? There's a lot of going up. Yeah, okay, so I went right. If I had went right when I came up from that ladder initially, I would have just been in a dead end. In fact... Huh. How do you get to that chest? Okay then. Narrowly avoid this spike. I'm gonna go back up this way again. Oh, why did I do that? I may have had an excess of healing items. Oh, okay, that's how you got here. I may have had an excess of healing items in the previous run, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be a super hard final boss in this run. Like, I don't know that. So I don't want to waste all my healing items on silly little mistakes. I'm gonna put... I'm just gonna put my... yeah, here. I'll try to keep healing items in here and key items in here. I just want to keep it organized because OCD. Excellent, you've gotten the phaser. Yeah, I managed to find it. What now? The ice rod is kept within the jungle below the labs. With that phaser, you can get down there. So I'll head back to the labs then. Right. You know, it really... Wow, 34 pages. You know, it really surprises me, that projector of yours. Funny... It's funny that you were employed as nothing more than a grunt. With that protector, your combat capabilities exceed those of some of the generals around here, and they were meant to fight. Okay, he's talking about me. I'm the protector. Me, the player. There's no way he's talking about anything else. You think so? Absolutely. Your hesitance was so great to begin with that you made me doubt your viability. But having seen that protector in action, I know it seems dangerous either way, and it is really, but there's power in confidence. And you should put your confidence in that protector. I'll try. You know, Milt, I'm curious to know what you were talking about earlier. Oh, about what happened to my people? Yeah. I mean, if we can't stop the Heartbreaker in the end, I'd like to know now. Is that so? I guess that kind of secret wouldn't really seem special to me after I was heartbroken if it happened. Ha! Here you are on an important duty and you're telling me about how hearing a secret is something special. How sentimental and young. Well, considering you are performing so well, I won't tell you the whole story, because there really isn't time now, but I will tell you a bit. A long time ago in a town called Kickapoo, there was a terrible event that came to pass in the society of my people. It was so grave that it brought everything crashing down. But there was a sanctuary that a few were lucky enough to find. For untold generations we lived in that place. And that's where I'm from. Every other reptile roaming Daptera came from there too. All of them? Piccolo. Each and every one, obviously. That's why we are so few in numbers. Ha! Daptera. The planet's very name mocks us. We had our own name for this rock, for which is now just as forgotten as we are. Daptera's forgotten name. What was it? It matters not now. This planet has had many names to many peoples. I'm sorry. It must be hard, like you're stranded. It is true that the gravity of it will never leave me. To be honest, I have a bit of resentment for the Dapteran race. You do? I think we already made a joke about him being racist. Yes, he's racist against bugs. Being displaced in a world that's not mine anymore is a complicated feeling. It's called xenophobia. I just said that I would put healing items in the second page and contradicted myself. Can I play game? Okay, so this is a bit counterproductive, but we gotta go back now. This is not as linear as it seems. So, yeah. Hey, you found the phaser. It's kind of a key. Well, not the one I'm looking for. That lets you through these doors. I guess you already figured that out, huh? And it just disappears again. Cryptic little man. That's weird. Have I been here? The next item we need to get is the garlic. Blip. 9 HP for French fries. Was this a McDonald's ad? I don't know how any of the other scientists get any work done when they spend all their time hunting for intruders. That's a good point. If anyone asks, we had a big fight. Like with multiple parts where I turned into a one-winged butterfly at the end of something like that. Nice Final Fantasy reference. Deja vu. Try going down, maybe? Dead end. And to the left is just a door and a wall, right? Yeah. pretty much a wall. To the left. Wait. There we go. There's no way to fall gracefully in this game. You just fall and watch your character slam into the ground painfully. Top 10 anime deaths. There's a 9 HP healing item here, but I don't. I'll grab it just because. He's so nice. He says, just help yourself to the tea. Gonna grab this experience. There's a vampire here guarding a chest. Can't do anything about that. Can I walk off the edge? No, I can't. Gonna climb back up the vines. And I haven't been down this way. Here's the next save point. There is a puzzle you have to solve in order to get the garlic, because otherwise you can't progress. I'm going to use a 2 HP and a 1 HP. Get myself back up to full health. Don't fall down there because it will lead to no progress. I'm pretty sure this is the way you need to go. And the random scroll taking up inventory slots. It's a fortune cookie, whatever. Fall down. Since you fall down the right side, you're up on the other side of the door, which means you can go this way. Not really a puzzle, just it's a thing. Okay, here's the garlic. And I put it in the wrong page. Damn it. Seal rag, which is garlic backwards. If you use it on a vampire, you take their health down from 99 to 1, and you can kill them. And as you can see, it's reusable because it is a key item. I'm going to go up real quickly and talk to that kangaroo guy. Because he's there. I'm going to actually check my buttons. Does that mean he is guilty? Okay. There should be another red door nearby. Yeah, there it is. There's some flowers. And this is the way out, because we're about to get the ice rod. But before we get it, we gotta fight a boss. Oh, shit. Just gotta be quick before the time runs out. Perfect. And this is why I need the garlic. Because these vampires are actually mandatory to fight. Okay, once you get down here, you need to run. Boulder. There's the little lore thing here. It says, "Dear mouth, if you're reading this, you're an idiot." You just need to do not go down there. I don't know if you actually can, but that's where the boulder's going. Nine HP. And there's a guy here. The lad. But why? Is there something over there? Howdy. Need any help, little fella? No? Alright. Sorry, I'm not so good with conversation. Neither am I. I like the look you got about you. I can sense you all got a hero's heart. Be safe out there, little fella. What's up here? Nothing. I've been bamboozled. Okay, so we're going around here. This should lead to the way out. I'm not sure what's this way. Because I know that up this way is the boss. At least I'm 99% sure that it is. He critted me. Donate 2 HPs. I do. I guess that vine that led up was to lead here. Here's the boss. Will the curtains fall, deliver us to darkness, or will we survive for an encore? Come, let us dance to the primal strum of war. You want to do it like when it's in the red section right before the gold. I got just an okay. Do I have anything? No. I don't have any free attacks apparently. It starts off easy, but it can get pretty tricky because it gets really fast. And you can kind of get boxed in. Sleeper. Okay, so yeah, I wasn't even That was just me not being aware of where my guy was. That's perfect. It's weird, I pressed the attack button and just like completely ignored me twice. Considering I'm not getting fast. And because I'm pretty sure it's randomly generated, you can get boxed in if you're not careful or even if you're unlucky. Here's the ice scepter. And this is where that vine was leading. Okay, so now we have the scepter, so we can get the fuck out of Dodge. I've gotten the ice rod, what now? You need to make a quick detour back to the IUS development site and get a key from Pyronite. Pyronite? What about it? I live right across the hall from him. Oh great, perhaps he'll simply hand over the key for a neighbor. The Heartbreaker is just beyond the door to his key will open. Let me read that again. The Heartbreaker is just beyond the door his key will open. We have to keep moving. Alright. Luvaci, get that key, and let's open up the way to the Heartbreaker. You don't have to worry about like timing this or anything. These bridges will stay here until you leave the area. And here's where you can use the red key. What? Is there just no reason to go down here? I've done that in all 3 runs. Weird. Hey, you seem out of your element. You don't work in this sector, do you? Are you trying to get back up to the marble atrium? The way back up is locked. You do have your worker's key, right? You don't? God, what bother. Well, you can go grab the one from the director of the IUS development, Pyronite. You can get to his office with the ice wand. It's near the entrance of the IUS. Just head right and go down. Ooh, lore drops. Trap enthusiasts. And then there's a monsoon lore. Been in there? Yes, I have. Here's where you can use that ice wand. You thought I forgot about this. Okay, so we're gonna go up. And then up again. And there's a vampire. He critted me. It's also 9 HP. So you don't press the action button on the phaser, you just select it and it'll automatically work. Let's not forget about this guy. There's another XP. There's a lore drop. There's another heartbreak log. And we can get out of here now. How many button presses does it take to go into the teleporter? 2, apparently. Okay, we're back here. We're just going to go straight down. There's 2 places where you can use the ice wand. Bread. Here's the other place. Power Knight. And the Power Knight actually happens to be the guy who was reading the poetry. He's made of fire, so he can write with paper. He's got to chisel it into stone. He keeps his neighbor up, and it drives him crazy. Okay, so, I guess there's really not much point to that, is there? Did I just take a hit? And we're off to a great start, clearly. I'm going to go ahead and do a free hit. And that's Power Knight. If I sound a little bit bored, it's because I've done this campaign twice now. The reason I'm doing it again and again and again is because there are multiple characters it gives you to deal with, and they all have little story differences. The guy really hates Moth. It's not that I'm bored, it's just that I'm tired. It's midnight. So, I'm a little drowsy. Okay, I got the key. But now I'm completely drawing a blank on where I'm supposed to be going. It couldn't be down this way because, for one, we've been down here, right? Definitely. But if the way past this area were to be to take a key down that way, then you wouldn't have to bother with the phaser because you could just go straight to that door. So obviously it's not that way. That wouldn't make sense. So I guess I have to go back. But that's just the problem, is that I'm drawing a blank on where I'm supposed to be going. I got the key. I have an idea where I'm supposed to go. We'll go past the stairs and go down. Aha! How do I keep forgetting this? If you're playing as Moth, this is where you fight the Ant Queen. And this is where you need the key. Of course, because B. That's unexpected. Oh, who are you? Another among the castle's defense squadron? Come and taste defeat, if that is what you really want. So he just automatically opens with a free hit. You're not going to do it again. No, okay. That's the question mark that you're not supposed to go over. So I think that's just going to be an okay. My reaction time is really slow. I'm focused. As focused as I can be on Midnight Brain. I was just gonna free hit me again. Not worth it. Wow. I just kind of guessed and arbitrarily pressed the button. That should have been a fail. Up. What's up? I'm assuming a key. Yeah. I need 2 HP items. What's that? Ah, there's the Heartbreaker. Molt the Heartbreaker. What the? You destroyed it? Luvaci, I gave you no such order to destroy the Heartbreaker. I didn't destroy it, calm down. You didn't, then who did? I don't know. I just got here and it was like this. Well, what's the problem anyway? You seem mad. I'm guessing the Ant Queen broke it. Mad? Yeah, like you're angry, but do you not know what mad means? Dumbass. But this is what we were trying to do, right? No, I'm very happy. I'm happy it's gone. It's simply that I thought we could hold the machine hostage. Without using it as a bargaining chip, now we'll have to deal with Darking directly. So yeah, he wanted to stage a coup to take over the place for himself. That's he was going to use the Heartbreaker as a bargaining chip. I don't know how that would work. That's why you were angry, huh? Darking has nothing to lose now. If we could have held the Heartbreaker over his head, well, things are going to get very ugly, I suppose. What, is he not thinking ahead? Like, the guy hired a whole army of mercenaries to defend this machine so that he could use it as a doomsday device to achieve his weird, idealistic, dystopian ideal of what the world should be. And if somebody were to defect and go, yeah, like, I'm going to destroy the Heartbreaker, you know, this whole thing, you hired this army of people to defend, if you don't do what I say, he's just going to have you thrown out of the building and banned from the premises by the literal army of security that he hired. The plan doesn't really make sense. Well, things are going to get very ugly, I suppose. Let's just leave. Well, if it's broken, then we're clear. That is not permissible. You calm down. Remember your place. Do you think Darking would just give up if we left him be? That's a laugh. Left him be. What else would we? Do you want to kill him? There's got to be another way. We could convince him that the Heartbreaker is wrong. Hold your tongue. The world has no room for optimism, Luvaci. When other people's fates are at stake, only realism is responsible. There's an item here. Get it. It's the key. And there's something to the right and more. More Heartbreaker experiments. So it looks like the optimizations I did are working because I have not seen a single notification saying that the stream is disconnected. That's good. That's real good. I'm happy about that. In particular, I turned down the audio bitrate from like 160 to 128, I think. And I also turned the video bitrate up to 5,000, but I turned on dynamic bitrate. So if the bitrate throttles, which does happen, then it'll set it down to compensate. And then I also changed my firewall settings to explicitly allow OBS. And I think there was something else, but I'm just drawing a blank on what it was. That's basically it, though. Oh yeah, there's a Windows-specific optimization that I turned on. I'm just going to go drop down. So yeah, it looks like all those optimizations I stacked worked. I thought about increasing the frame rate to 60 FPS, but I don't really see a point. Like, not a lot of things are 60 FPS. Like, this game probably is not 60 FPS. Looks the same on stream to me. That's not. It's not like I'm saying that 60 FPS is not distinguishable from 30 FPS, because that's not true. But for a live stream, I question the veracity. It's to the right of here. Of course. Okay, so I had a moment of le panique the last time I was in here because I thought I was lost, but I wasn't. You just need to go up. Up and up and up and up. And there's this guy. Remember him? Stands on like you shall not pass. And now I have the item to actually pass with. Looks like Moth is ahead. You should take him out before moving on. But Moth, I met him earlier. He was nice. Molt. He doesn't have anything to do with Darking. Don't question my orders, Luvaci. We don't know his agenda, so we should get him out of the way. What agenda could he have that runs against ours? We'll take the castle. There. That's our agenda. Take the castle? What are you talking about? The only way we can stop him, Darking, if not killing him, would be to knock out the foundation from below. Or would you rather have blood on your hands? No, I don't want anyone's blood on my hands. Then fight Moth now. Molt. It was never about the Heartbreaker, was it? You tried to convince me we were doing the right thing. But all along you used me as a pawn to further a coup. Call it what you will. I've waited a long time for my chance. Perhaps if you lived disgraced and without a home, you would do the same as I. If you don't fight Moth, then I'll kill Darking myself, and I'll kill you. But if you fight him, we'll simply stage a coup with no bloodletting. I'll do it, fine. That's more like it. I can't believe you, Molt. You're awful. Uh-oh, he's gonna shoot him. Like the Joker. Ha! You think this is awful? You don't know the worst of what I've done. Just leave it like that. And then this Moth talking, you, what's up? Do you want to fight? Fine then. Seems kind of abrupt. Oh no. He did the hurricane on me. He's got ants in his pants. This is actually pretty tricky because you see how some of these move faster? It's very easy to get boxed in. That was a A-level dodge right there. Dodge through the corner. Cannot see in time that right. It's not about timing, it's about reaction. There, he's got a free hit on me. I assume if time runs out, then you get an okay. Time runs out without him Friday Night Funkin' you to the left. Final boss time. There's level 6. Wow, really? Yeah, might as well. I don't think I have any items that are not 9 HP. Okay. Just in case you somehow ran out of healing items, gives you 2 more. That's not cool. Why is he holding Moth over the ledge? Jerk. Moth is a good boy. Why would you do that to him? So it says, I thought it was all just an illusion. What happened? I remember now. I didn't pursue my plan back when this really happened at Darking's castle. Something took us through a simulation and played with our memories. That's right. Well, whatever's going on, it seems dangerous. You go check it out. Why not do it yourself? You said you liked Moth, didn't you? Take a look at what I have. He's using him as a hostage? Wow. Bastard. To think you just knocked him out like that, I didn't know you had it in you, Luvaci. Were you not just talking about the Protector? You know who did it. Well, you wouldn't. You really don't know me. I don't know where we are right now, but if I threw him into this pit, I bet we wouldn't see more of him. So cute. Wouldn't it be decadent to witness the precise moment when this helpless creature was cast away to die? What the fuck are you talking about? Well, you're beyond forgivable. I've been beyond redemption longer than you've been alive, Luvaci. Now run along, errand boy. This will be your last job. Can I just attack him? What a stunning performance. You've done well in this exercise. I've had my eyes on you for a long time, so I picked you for this elaborate simulation. He talks on the face mask. It seems your destiny is tangled at a crucial juncture in the web of fate. Your abilities and capacity to improvise make it obvious that you truly are up to the task. So I'm assuming he's talking to me. However, there remains one final test. Let me see if you can truly hold up against all the might we're fated to bear. Good. Not good. I don't understand why I'm unable to do that. It's so weird. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That is very difficult. That's that variation I was talking about. 1, 2, 4, 7, 6. 1, 2, 4, 7, 6. I'm just guessing at this point. Good. Really? 1. Shit. Doesn't seem like he's not taking damage. Fail, really? Great. This again. It's going okay. How did I manage to fail at this? Two. 6, 4, 8. Okay, so you gotta remember 6 of them. What the fuck? 4, 2, 5, 3. No. Oh shit. 4, 2, 5, 3, 1. Shit. Four, 6, 7, 8, 3. Got okay at least. And look at what I kept on losing with the dark maze. It's not like the maze patterns are pretty predictable, so it's you just kind of intuitively do it. This is weird that I kept on losing. As long as you get at least some, you get an okay. I really hate this minigame. I feel like I'm supposed to be seeing the last frame, but I'm just not. It doesn't feel like a skill issue, it feels like a technical issue. 6, 2, 3, 1, 5. 6, 2, 3, 1, 5. Oh, that's a fail, okay. I guess you can fail that if you... Now he's on my ass. I don't know how that worked. Okay, I guess he's slightly faster than me. I have a bunch of 9-star healing items. Good. I'm almost there. 4, 5, 9, 3, 6. 4, 5, 9, 3, 6. Ah, you fucking... There we go. You think that's hectic? You should see the final boss in the base campaign. Holy shit, that gets like that is actually intense. This guy is like easy mode compared to that. In the not too distant future, we will meet again. I expect great things from you. I'll be watching. Phew, job well done, Luvaci. What's wrong? You just got us out of this mess, hero. But anyway, we have to get out of here now. We'll move onward to new horizons. What did you do with Moth? Just open the door. I took him outside with me. Oh, come on. You don't believe me? Hostages are more useful alive than dead. How can you live with yourself? Ah, how cold. Well, when you live as long as I have, you become numb to a lot of things, Luvaci. Yes, ever since he took complete control of me once upon a time. Who? Me? Even after he left me, I simply never died and never grew old. Maybe he's talking about the thing that took over the final boss in the original campaign. What? I'll tell you the big twist of my story. The history of the reptile people untold millennia ago, well, truth be told, they didn't like me much either. I bore such hate for them, such resolve to destroy them all, such a colossal enmity for the world, that a great power awoke and found in me a vessel with which to bring them the end they deserved. And he got possessed by the fucking Gygus looking ass. It's a shame I had to throw away my good rapport with you on a mere illusion, Luvaci. Seems that I will have to convince you for your assistance in darker ways from here on out. Oh, fuck him. Let's go, there's work to be done. I don't know. The Protector says you need to die. Made enemies with the Protector. And once again, there's IGT and then real time, which is also IGT. Because it's in game. Defeating the mysterious entity, our hero finally meets the light of day once more. Still, the creature's piercing, cryptic words echo in the hero's head. Where did they come from? Where did they go? Where did they come from, Cut and Eye Joe? What is their purpose? The promise to meet again seems to hint. S1_Finn136. I'm gonna play the Freepy Moth campaign tomorrow morning. Just kind of get it done. We'll see if it's different or if it's just a repeat. I don't think that's going to be the case though, so this is what I was talking about. There's a whole library of all the texts that you pick up. So if you ever forget, like say you forget how to do the pipe minigame, you can find it in here somewhere. There it is. And something about punching him in the face. I guess that's the one that doesn't have anything about punching him in the face. These are funny though, we should read them. There's also all the trap enthusiasts, which have QR codes at the end. They all have hints. They tell you things like an X and Y place you can walk off the edge. Test subject exposed to 5-second bursts of amplified heart rate radiation. Subject initially unresponsive but survived exposure. Unresponsiveness lasted 15 seconds. Emotions removed, apparently to same degree as previous lower amplification experiments. Hypothesis is confirmed. Amplified bursts of heart rate radiation in a small time frame achieves desired result and consumes less energy. There's another experiment where they did like 10 or 20 minutes of exposure, and it just made the guy completely comatose. The guy was in a coma, he never recovered. So they're basically killing people, and they think they're making some kind of scientific progress here. So it should be obvious why every single person working for Darkane is working against him, which is kind of funny. With how many times I've been through that area, it's a wonder that I don't have this singular piece of floor. I'm assuming that these separate blocks here are for the other campaigns. I'm also missing 2 of these logs. Maybe they are in the other campaigns. No, then there's a missing manual. There's a whole jukebox too. 2 songs I haven't heard. There's a bunch of songs I haven't heard. Medals. Alright. It is midnight. I'm gonna go to bed. Although it doesn't look like anybody's watching. I don't see any messages in chat, so. Good night.